Serbia. And I will not talk about my past experiences with trying to like go abroad to study. And Miss Faith, I know you're aware, that was 2021. I gained admission to study at Lithuania University of Health Sciences, like that. Then I already did 4 months out of in a whole semester. I already did 4 months. I was receiving lectures online. I was spending a lot of money. Then I was rejected the visa. Oh my god. I got to the airport before I knew it was like a rejection visa. So it was like, I don't know, like there's no word to express how I felt that day. I was like, I don't know. So we had to like go back home. All the money I spent, like, it's not something I can calculate. That's just it, because it's so sad.
Your case.
So
your case was like very funny. Like, how would you be rejected visa, and you never knew you were rejected visa till you go to the airport to board? I'm like,
I think, let me say, overconfidence killed me, because I was like, oh, I'm going to study, I have the money there. So my thought was just like, I was used to like the US system. If it's US, once you are rejected visa, they will give you this colored paper like green. But if you are approved, they will give you white. They gave me white. I was thinking, I know it was written in Lithuania. So when they gave me white, I was thinking, oh, it's approved. And they pasted this stamp on it. There's this, it sounds so stupid. Like, there's this stamp on it. And when I checked the meaning of the stamp on Google, it was saying National Visa D. So I was thinking, oh, is it going to be like visa on arrival, or which one? Why would they put National Visa D on my passport? I was expecting it to be like some blank paper. Nothing on my passport if it were to be rejection. And that was like the first time I'll be applying to like the EU, to an EU country. So
in your case, I would just say like you just picked up the experience, because it's totally like, there are a lot of people in your shoes where they get to ask me, they're like, Faith Travels, is this a visa? Like, people they don't really get it. And I'm like, no, a visa is a sticker, like a paper. They just a visa must have your face.
Yeah.
Do you understand? A visa should have your face. But in most of the cases, the visa does not have the face, you understand? So after that happened, and I think your world turned, and you decided to like...
Yeah, so, okay, I spoke with the school. The school was like, oh, apply next year. Your admission needs to be with us. You don't have to like retake some courses, and you don't have to do entrance exam anymore. So I remember I was waiting for appointment. VSF, voila, with appointment. I was even like disturbing you that time. So my mom was just like, Precious, don't let us pack our eggs in one basket. Like, it's better you just try out other places. So I remember that was when I started searching all over again. Then I saw Serbia. Then I'm like, Serbia, where's this? Like, Serbia, I've never heard of Serbia. So I was just like, I was quite curious and inquisitive. So I decided to like search more. Then I saw that, oh, the schools, they actually were ranked, Shanghai ranking, Times Higher Education. I was like, then how come nobody knows about this place? It's like the ranking is like there, and why would you want to study abroad and you will not want to study in a place that is well ranked? That's like useless. So I was like wow, like, okay. Then I emailed the school, like 3 different schools, but the one I'm in now is like most responsive, approachable. They literally made my application process like less stressful. There's a difference between when a school just puts the application out there, and there's a difference between when they actually want you to come than just let's just put it there.
All the way they help you. So I also I want to ask, so what is your tuition fee like? How much are you paying, and what's the duration of payment?
Okay, so my tuition fee now is 3,000 euros.
Mm-hmm.
And one good thing is that, most schools, you have to pay fully before you apply for visa. I had to pay just for like a semester to apply for my visa. So
you paid 1,500.
500 euros, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. So like, what was the duration like when you were preparing? What did you prepare for, and where did you apply for your visa?
So another advantage of like Serbia is that there is embassy in Nigeria, and it's like, to me, the embassy is so chilled. Actually, I traveled to Abuja to submit because I have an aunt there. She went there to like check the requirements for me. Then when I got there, they were like, "Oh, you shouldn't have bothered coming. You could have just like used courier services to send your documents to us." I was like, "Oh, really?" But of course, the road. It's not that like nice to travel by road, and as at that time, flight tickets was like very expensive. I think it was around maybe 150 or 200,000. So I was told that I could have just sent it with any of the logistics company to them. Then they will just make sure you have your documents complete. Yeah, if you'll be doing that.
Okay.
So, and in like 3 weeks. Yeah.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's not even up to 1 month.
Yeah, the last day of the last Friday of that 3rd week, I got my response. And there's something that happened when I was submitting. Well, I know you used to tell us to pray, and I make sure I prayed. I remember like I forgot to sign, this visa document. Like when you fill the form, I forgot to put my signature. I don't know how that happened. And I kept on calling them that, "Oh, I forgot this, that." They were like, "Oh, don't worry. In as much as you submitted your passport, that means you actually acknowledge to us, working on your paper. So don't worry." And yes, there is mercy, there is grace there, but there are some countries that you can't try that with.
Yeah. Lithuania, you cannot try that. They're always too serious. Okay, so guys, for those of you that are joining, we are talking about Serbia. I've been advertising, I've been posting it. The reason why I've been doing this is because it's not that all of you that are going to come to Lithuania. That's the truth. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's not all of you that are going to be going to Canada. It's not all of you that are going to be going to Australia or New Zealand. God has already orchestrated it that maybe you come from a smaller country to a bigger place just like that. Maybe you're going to go from one European country to Schengen country, then to Yankee, like that. So that is why we are like inviting a lot of people. The person you see, the guest we have now is Princess, is one of the representatives working with us. You should be able to be familiar with her if you are familiar with faith travel. So let's just keep going on this live. So the question I wanted to ask is that how is the people? Is there any kind of racism or like what's going on there? How is the people?
The people here are like opposite of what I expected. They are super friendly, calm. They really just want to help you out. Even when you get here, you see people, "Oh, can I take pictures with you?" They're like that. It's just like, in Nigeria, when you see a white person, when they come, the way you actually want to help them out with like almost everything. That is the energy I'm getting here. Even when I first got here with the school, they came to pick me up, and imagine after picking me up, taking me to the school, they were like, "Oh, you should have dinner." I bet you most schools would not even, what is dinner? It does not concern them.
Who answered me? They can't even want to go through. Who have your time? Who did what? Dinner call. You won't go.
It was like, it took me, I went to the bills on them, I had dinner. Let me even now bust your bubbles. They were like, that is why I said there is a difference between when they just want you, they just put their application out there, and when they actually want students to come. Like they actually like after your well-being and all. So like I got here on 3 days to my birthday. Then they were like, "Oh, your birthday is very soon. Okay, don't worry." They were like, "Oh, you don't have friends here, this, that." So they organized something, they told the president of the students' parliament. Mm-hmm. They celebrated my birthday for me. So it was like, "Oh, we don't want you to miss So it was,
that's really great. I can see a high level of hospitality with the people.
Yeah, with the people. At first I was not even expecting that in a professional settings. Of course, but they were like, it's just obvious that is who they are, like irrespective of is it professional or not professional, they are just like that. Even people that are not in my school, grocery stores, they actually just want to help you because they know, okay, you are new here, you don't know anything, you're not even like good with the language. They actually want to help you. So I mean, they are like literally very helpful. Yeah, and they are very calm. So and so far, no racism at all. I
Yeah.
mean, you might get people touch your hair, like, oh, let me see your hair, but no racism. And I mean, I speak with my friends in like other places in Europe. They're like, if they enjoy you, like, if they enjoy you, because I mean, they have some like nasty experience, and my own has been just like sweet, sweet, sweet experience, you know.
Oh, great. Somebody's asking, which country are we talking about? We're talking about Serbia. Yes, thank you for joining, Frank. We're talking about Serbia. And someone else is asking about Latvia. We are going to be inviting someone for Latvia if you really want. Yes, we are talking about Serbia at the moment. So what is it like the student benefits? Is there any kind of benefit as such to students, or what's the student benefit over there?
For now, I can only speak for my own school currently. So there's actually no students benefit. And actually, if you look at it from like the tuition point of view, I feel the tuition is quite affordable compared to like some other places. So, but there is no stipends or anything. No.
Like scholarships, no, right?
No, for now, I've not known.
Yeah, there'll be.
But yes, let's I forget. There's this scholarship. You know what, Serbian scholarship? So it's available for bachelor's degree and for master's students. So from Nigeria, you can apply, and if were to be without one, you would not be paying tuition at all, and you'll be receiving some monthly allowance. Accommodation is free. You know, just like you're studying and they're paying you. That is it. And you even get to learn the language for free. Yeah.
Oh, great. So, do they have jobs? Have you ever checked if they have anything like student jobs? Can students work in Serbia or not?
Yeah, you can work in Serbia. I mean, be able to get jobs, but I think language would be a barrier, because language is like the most spoken. Like they speak Serbian. It's not like the country that they speak English all the time or something. So I feel you have to actually learn the language. Then when you learn the language, you can now decide that, okay, yeah, I want to work first. Nobody's holding you.
Yeah. So do they have like English companies or foreigners in the country that can employ you, for example, if you're not able to speak the language?
For now, I know that Belgrade, that's the capital. It has like much more foreigners. Russians are like much there. I mean, there are a lot of foreigners there compared to where I am. Mm-hmm. So I think that place should be something like that should be available there. But my city here, no, I've not seen such.
Okay, so do they have like the post-study opportunities? Like after you graduate, can you stay back, or do you have to leave the country, or what?
So after graduation, there is no post-study. What's it called? Maybe 2 years later, I know. But if you're able to secure employment, fine. You can. I mean, you can just transition from like your study visa to like work. I mean, and also if you spend 5 years here, you can apply for what's it called? For permanent residence. I mean, so but for the permanent residence,
like if you stay in for 5 years, you can be able to apply for permanent residence after 5 years. I think they have similar. I think almost all the European countries are the same, inclusively Schengen as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama. Mama, can't I see you? Good evening. Thank you so much for joining out of your busy schedules. Yes, I do know that a lot of few students are here. They really want to ask some questions. So, guys, you can start asking your questions. Like, just be typing them. I'm going to see it, and I will just drop it, and she's going to answer, and we'll take it from there. So we were just talking about that. And another question I wanted to ask, okay, we've already talked about the racism, we've talked about the tuition, and thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for joining. She said we are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've talked about racism, we've talked about the hospitality, like the people, Yes, what is their food like? Since you went to Serbia, how are you coping with the food and everything? How is it going so far for you?
Well, when I was leaving from home, I took the swallows I would take as Nigeria, gari, pando yam, egusi, stockfish. I mean, so what I do is just basically buy pepper, buy what's it called? Meat, beef, chicken. Yeah, there's vegetable oil. I've not seen palm oil here yet, but I plan to go to like the capital to check about it there. Yeah, and their base is a little bit is different from ours, but I mean it is the same, but it's different from ours, the size and all. So I've been coping and I've been living quite well. So.
Oh, great. Moyo, I can see you. Yeah, good to have you in the show. And also, somebody's asking about nursing. What is it like for nursing? Does your school have nursing? Or are they offering nursing? And also, what is the tuition fee like? And how many years, if you have any idea?
No, my school does not offer nursing. Currently now they offer pharmacy and medicine and most other schools. But recently I was researching on nursing and I'm not even I'm yet to get the full picture. But it's like some vocational school before you go to nursing or something. So I really cannot speak much on that. But I mean it's not as open as medicine, as pharmacy, as dentistry,
Oh, I see. So someone is still asking, what is it about when they talk about the price of accommodation, like monthly? How much do you pay for housing and utilities?
Okay, at the moment, I'm paying 150 euros for housing, water, electricity. Yeah, 150 euros.
Really?
Yeah, I know that. Some places, like for example, my friend that is in the capital, she pays around 250 to like 300 because that's the capital, and because of Russians, it's not like high, but this plus electricity and what's it called? Electricity and water bills, So I feel my city is quite like much more affordable to stay in. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, solo wise. Hello, we are greeting you. So, guys, just drop in your questions. If you have questions, we are almost wrapping up the live, so we can move on to something else and plan for another live for another day. Okay. So, how is the school administration like? Like, how do they handle issues? Like, are you the only international person there? Like, I mean, specifically a Nigerian. Are you the only Nigerian in the university, or have you seen other foreigners that are coming into the university?
No. I'm the only Nigerian in the university right now.
Yes!
I'm the only African in the university, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, the only African?
Yeah.
How? I used to be the only African, or let me say, a person of color in my class. Let me use the word chocolate. I used to be the only chocolate person in my class. When I came, I think we were like about 13 students, and I was the only person of color in the entire class. So each time they are taking pictures or doing anything, you just see me right there, because I can't escape. I can't escape it. Anything I'm doing, I'm just there. And I was the only person from the third world country. Yeah, because every other person was like within the European region. So I totally came from, who knows, out of the blues. And the funniest thing was, like, I was the last person that came to my class. So the professors were looking at me like, is she part of this class? Is she meant to be here? Did she miss her way or something? So absolutely, I think this has really been amazing. So we talked about what it's like. So that scholarship is available, and I wanted to ask, for the scholarship we talked about, do they need to apply it when they are in Serbia, or that scholarship can be applied from outside Serbia?
No, you apply from your home country actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So it has to it's linked with like the Ministry of Education of Nigeria. So you apply from your home country, yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to pay anything actually. You don't even have to pay for visa or anything. You don't have to pay, just submit application.
Okay. Yes, Mama, we are talking about Serbia. Is one of the European countries in the eastern part of Europe. Serbia. Yeah, that's the country we are talking about this evening. So you don't have to pay anything. And during the process of your visa, was it really difficult or it was simple? Like was it smooth?
Yeah, it was smooth. I mean, just make sure you submit required documents. I mean, your proof of funds. Make sure your school, of course, your school should send. They would send your, proof of payment and admission letter to them. And also, you make sure from your end to you add it to your documents. I mean, it is smooth and easy. That is just it.
I see. So I can still remember that after Lithuania tried to do their thing, and you went back to start applying for to Serbia.
Actually, I applied to Serbia and Poland.
Um, yes, I remember. Which Poland was like a bit because of the appointment issues that is currently happening in Nigeria. You did mention about your writing exam. Can you please talk about that area? Because a lot of people here should be able to know that, okay, they might at one point have to crack their brain somehow for them to.
Yeah, of course. So when it comes to getting the admission, firstly, you have to apply for recognition of foreign qualifications so they can grade your ZYHEC. Because I did A level, so I submitted all of my documents. So I submitted everything. At first, you give it to a translator. You can search online. That's Oxford Academia. So they will translate it for you because that's certified translator because they will not just take from anybody. So it's going to translate it for you, or you can ask your school to recommend for you. So after the translation, you will see, if you check very well on your school portal, you will see the Ministry of Education for Serbia where to submit the documents to. So you submit it to them. Then the proof that you've submitted, you also send it to your school so they know that, okay, this person has submitted for recognition of foreign qualification. Then after that, you can start your processing. You can pay for entrance exam fee. For me, the entrance exam is actually simple because there's actually materials you can practice with. They uploaded some materials, and if you are diligent enough to actually go through the materials, all the questions they asked was from that same material. But luckily for me, I went through the materials diligently. So I mean, when I saw the questions, I was just taking the answer. I don't even have to work anything out. Yeah. So
oh my god.
So I think I wrote exam math and English and chemistry because mine is pharmacy. Some school might say chemistry and biology or chemistry and math. It depends on you.
So they are literally giving you how do I say, exam based on something that you do within your field. It's not going outside of your field, right?
Yeah. It's that.
Okay, we are actually about.
And sorry, I missed something. And I missed something. Sorry. After that, I did an interview. They asked, "Oh, English? Yes! Do I have any? Do I have any English proficiency certification?" I remember I had IELTS, and it's already expired, but they were just add it. So after that, I did interview just to make sure that, okay, she actually understands. So I would say, even if you don't have IELTS, you will still be able to apply. I mean, the questions are in English. So if you don't understand English, you'll be able to pass the question. And during the interview, they will also rate you. So proficiency test should not be a barrier.
Yes. Thank you so much for talking about this. Though we are about wrapping up the video, and the vital part of the life, just strike the call and was you never talked about this. How was your visa interview? How was the visa interview? I'm curious.
I skipped that part. There was no okay. So let me say there was no interview. But when I got there that day to submit my documents, because I went there in person, they were okay, just wait for a while, let the ambassador come out. Then it came out and it was
ambassador came out from. You know, this has happened to me before. When I wanted to go to China, sorry to digress a bit. When I wanted to go to China, other people were coming and ambassador was talking to them through the counter. When I went, ambassador came out from his office. In my head, I'm like, they don't give me visa. Nothing you want to tell me. And they gave me that. I was issued that visa.
Oh.
My document was like not complete. He said, go back, get your complete document, come back, and I resubmitted, and I was issued that visa. So ambassador came out, right? That's like a honor.
Yeah.
That's cool. They usually don't come out. Because
Sure, I mean,
yeah, they don't really come out rather. Oh, that's
okay.
So when he came
So
out,
I mean, he came out, he checked. He was like, okay, good. What are you going to study? I mean, I said, like, okay, fine. Then there's the lady that actually attended to me was like, oh, they will get back to you, and that was all. So there's like really no interview.